Hello everyone. Welcome to a DSP video. I'm low-key a little annoyed. It's humid here. It's fucking Connecticut. It's always humid. And I was recording this. I was covering the cyberpunk stuff as well. And then I was like 30 minutes into the fucking pre-stream. I look over to OBS and I see my mic audio was not moving at all. And I'm like, how long was I muted? I don't know how long I was muted. I don't remember. I don't know. So I'm not gonna do the cyberpunk part anymore. That'll just be a stream, I guess. If I decide to, I don't know at this point. But that that low key got under my skin. I was on a roll too. I was on a fucking roll and fucking OBS. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the power of the Mac. Hold on. I want to see what audio source it's using. It's probably gonna be the built-in mic. Hold on. So I'm sorry you're gonna hear a lot of like thumps. Oh, okay. It's going through the the earbud mic. It's been doing that a lot lately, which is surprising because usually it didn't do it for a long ass time.
Dumb. Like, oh, I bought something and he didn't ship it to me. I'm like, I don't sell goods, stupid. You know,
Stupid.
just kind of chilling. I don't want it to be a immature piece of donkey shit. So, I guess we'll see.
Okay.
All right. But
All right.
yeah, it's delayed now until November 19th, and hopefully it actually comes out then. But
Now I
what
gotta
we're
like
wondering
look
is,
at OBS
does
all the
that
time
mean
when I
it's a
do this
launch
fucking
title
video, which
for
is
next gen consoles?
great.
All right. It very well might be, unless I have to. But at this point, I'm furious
He's
because
furious.
I'm in a shitty situation where in reality I don't have much power over it.
In reality,
All right, and allow me to explain what I'm talking about. This happened overnight, and here I am relaxing with my wife at the end of a work day.
he's furious about
And
this.
then I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Gotta be
This
kidding
really
me.
pisses me off. All right.
Be
So
mad
everyone
now,
wants to know what's
boys.
going on. I'll tell you what's going on. So last night I'm relaxing with my wife downstairs, having a good
Whoa.
night with Jasper as well. Just
Relaxing with his wife and cat. You know, the thing that rarely happens because he's so busy and it's, oh man, it's hectic, dude. It's hectic. He barely sees his wife. I like how he also told us that from a work day. I think he I mean maybe he's attributing Cat's workday into his schedule too, dude. Because Cat did come home. Now, oh well, never mind. I for some reason I thought she had like the third shift, but no, because like whatever, fuck it. Let's continue.
kind of chilling.
Chilling
And
like a villain.
I get two emails,
Whoa, two
all right,
emails.
from PayPal. And these emails are
I
that they're
like how
beginning.
he only tells us that he hangs out with his wife and his cat when something bad happens. I love that they're not brought up like, oh man, I was chilling with my wife last night with Jasper watching a show on Netflix or Disney Plus called this, and like it's really lame. He doesn't talk about the shows he watches with us because apparently we're gonna use it against him. I guess maybe me complaining about him watching animal shows got to him. I guess. I mean, hey, I watched an animal show like two weeks ago. It's called like Night on Planet Earth, and that was a pretty rad show. It's pretty cool. But I mean, I just thought it was lame that that's all they watch. Like that's all they watch, and I was like, come on, man. What? Like, does Kat have any personality? Does she watch anything? Like, I don't know. This is like fucking clown shit. Damn it.
An investigation into two transactions against
Oh
my
boy.
account. All right. Now, normally, this is not something that I would really care about. People try to do shit against me all the time with stupid, oh, I'll send you a tip on a stream and I'll try to charge it back and dumb shit. And the good news about this is that it usually doesn't affect me at all. Usually, it ends up being very, very, small transactions, maybe a dollar here, a dollar there, and people are just trying to be
I just
trolls.
I love thinking that this guy fights for dollars on PayPal. Dollars. Dollars. I mean, I'm sure there might be some big tips that he fights PayPal for, but fucking dollars. It's not a big deal, man. You know, a dollar here, dollar there, not a big deal. But I win. I get him. I fight for those dollars. Not a big deal, but he don't get between a pig and a dollar, dude. Or you'll see what pigs can do.
Oh, they trolled me a dollar on a stream and insulted me, and now they're try to get their money back with a false charge back and shit like that.
False charge
Those
back.
things are so not a big deal at all.
Not a
They
big
happen
deal,
all the
but he
time,
fights for
and
them.
9 times out of 10, I get them cleared up with PayPal. I just
Okay.
send them the information. I'll say, oh, here's a stream where this tip came in. Here's the evidence of where it came in. I even addressed it on the stream. Here, you can find it here in this video in the timestamp. It's obvious this guy's lying to you. 'Cause a
Now,
lot of the time,
now I wonder if this is actually him bullshitting PayPal because a lot of the times he says, "Oh, thanks for the dollar tip. I'm not gonna read that. You're disgusting," and all that kind of shit, right? He does all that stuff. Does he just have a blanket shout out he just gives PayPal? Look, like let's say five trolls tip him a dollar, right? Five trolls. And he says, "Oh, I got a bunch of tips from trolls. I'm not gonna read it, but thank you for the dollar tips." And then he goes on his merry way. All five of those trolls charge back those tips. Does he go to PayPal and just give him that link? Like, hey, look, I did say that. Thanks for the dollar. Come on, PayPal, give me the money because it's not really addressing those individual tips. And he tells us as well, like, there's a boomer segment. I was trying to find it for this video and I couldn't find it. But he told us that like you guys don't know this, but really in reality, I get like tons of dollar tips, man, from trolls that I just don't add. And I just know that they're gonna try to charge it back and I fight it anyway to keep the dollars. Which makes me just sit there and argue and think to myself, if he like this is semi unrelated to this, but I'm just saying it's like if he keeps the money anyway, why not just add it to the tips goal? Like it's low key kind of unfair to his fans, and it's kind of scamming his fans. Like it's funny to me at least how both DSP and these troll tippers are both in a way scamming the fans in thinking that he's not making as much money as he is. That to me is like low key funny to me, but whatever, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
times people just outright lie and say stupid shit in their attempt to charge back a tip. They'll say something really dumb like, "Oh, I bought something and he didn't ship it to me." I'm like, "I don't sell goods, stupid. Look, here's my business."
No. The one thing I've noticed that PayPal tells you when you get tips is that it tells you that it's not like seller protector or whatever the fuck, which is like, whatever. Because the seller's like, well, I mean, it is like an optional thing, whatever. But I'm just sitting there, and it's like, I'm thinking because I'm aware of a lot of artists in the art community that run into these issues with people who might seek a commission and then they either don't pay their commission or whatever. They try to duck the payment, whatever. They try to charge back, whatever. And it's an issue where all these artists that I've kind of like just like, hey, if we do commissions, do invoices. Those are like a lot more clear and it's like fair for both sides. It's not like whatever. And it's like okay, so if you do commissions, use PayPal invoices, etc., and have some verbal agreement, whatever. Um, all that kind of stuff, and it's because like there are, I mean, there. I mean, I've been I've been really lucky that I've not bumped into those kinds of people, but uh, you know, that is stuff that artists have run into multiple times. I don't know how common it is in the art community, but I know I've seen a lot of like posts on Tumblr, Twitter that talk about it. So I'm like, okay, and I'm saying, and I'm listening to this. I'm thinking to myself, man, how imagine in a reality where DSP is an artist on the internet and he has to deal with people like that, right? Imagine DSP's rage that he would give us. Yes, I'm an artist, and I give you such stellar commissions, okay? So this guy, right? I'm not gonna name names. I I do the work, right? I give him the painting, I paint it, I give the drafts, I do all the stuff, right? And then he charged back the money, and I lost all the money from the commission. Oh my god! Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't suck. It does suck when that happens. When I see artists have that run into that issues, I do feel for them because that does suck. Because art, you're putting hours and hours and hours into things, and a lot of times, at least for me, I'll speak for myself for my art. For example, I'm very like self conscious of my art, and I feel really fucking down on my own art and all that shit. So like I get really like self conscious with it, and I just can't imagine how she would feel to for that to happen. But it's internet content creation. I mean, you run into a lot of issues like that, and it sucks and it happens. I mean, you have people who repost art. You have people that don't respect artists. Which is when they post art, like some people might say, like, "Hey, please don't quote retweet and whatever." It really there's a lot of stuff that that's a whole other kid and caboodle, dude. Uh, but like it's just sometimes you either have to take the L or you just have to deal with it. And DSP is just kind of hitting the red alert button way too soon on this because this is not. And when I first heard this, I misheard it completely. I thought he was losing $800. Then I was watching the Tevin video, and yeah, not to get too ahead of myself, but he is freaking over a potential possibility. And I'm sitting there, like, dude, this is you have no information, and this is also just stuff I've complained about him in the past. Same with bankruptcy. Sure, he can tell us, oh, I'm filing for bankruptcy and all this stuff, but he goes so far into it that's like, why don't you just wait until you get more definitive answers and stuff and all that shit before it happens? I mean, after that, whatever. Like, why tell us in advance about stuff that might happen? And it's the same frustration I had when he announced the back taxes, because I'm just sitting there, like, that the whole time during these back taxes, he was like, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I don't know what's gonna happen. I need a lot of money. And then, like, within a year, he's like, well, like, I was put on a payment plan. And it's like, dude, you couldn't wait until you get the fucking answer about that? Like, you couldn't wait to get some, like, development on it before you tell your fucking fans? Like, that's what's so lame about Phil. And this is, like, low-key what I hate the most about him now. He does it more now than he has in the past. Well, actually, no, I take that back. He's always been like this. It's just, like, why would you alert people of something that's not even set in stone and expect people to not be like, hey, that's shitty. Okay.
Evidence of it, you can't say that, And in general, it's not a big deal at all.
Not a big
It's
deal.
not. Okay, but last night I get 2 notices from PayPal stating that there's 2 particular transactions that they're currently investigating. Okay, now, like I said, normally I wouldn't freak out about this, but I looked into it. I was like, I wonder what these are. Okay, well, these are 2 tips that came in at the end of May during live streams. These were tips that were significant
Whoa.
in size.
Significant?
All right,
How
very
significant?
in size. Let's put it that way.
Oh, let's
And
put it
these were
that way.
tips that
No, look how he doesn't want to tell us the amount, but this fucking guy has all these things that tell you how much money people give him, right? If they're significant tips, they'd show up on stream too, in the fucking videos. He might as well just tell us the amount. It's so dumb for him not to tell us an amount when you could just kind of go back and see. Like, ugh.
basically, let me put it this way. I'm trying to see how I can summarize this without going into massive detail. The person who's attempting to commit
The
fraud, because that's
person.
exactly what this is, okay,
I know it's
is
fraud.
someone who I looked into this because here's the thing: PayPal sent me the information on these two transactions and actually asked me for information. They said, "Do you have any additional
Now
information?"
this is also just kind of funny that he does this when he made it a point to say that he doesn't get information. Tip anonymously. Don't, all this other stuff, right? PayPal asks him to give them more information. Huh. And then he tells us that this information came from PayPal. So why would PayPal ask for Phil to give them information that PayPal gave him? Is PayPal doing the investigation or is it the credit card company? I I part of me kind of wonders if it's even PayPal. But whatever. Okay.
Um, on this person, can you provide evidence of transactions that they've done with you and everything? Here's their information. So PayPal sent me their information to do research, and given the information that PayPal sent me, all right, I was able to do some research on my end. Come to find out, this person, which I didn't know,
He
had
didn't
been
know?
tipping me for 9 months.
Let me get this straight. This guy that tipped you 9 months, you didn't know he tipped you 9 months? This fucking guy email doxes, PayPal doxes his fucking supporters. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily true. It's not like he posts the information online, but every time he gets a big tip, right? Well, let me see if the tip is legit. Sometimes it's fake. Okay, the tip uh checks out. Let me add you to the leaderboard. All right, this time. Like he does that shit, and he's saying, "Oh well, I don't know. If you took me 9 months." This guy, even like when Planet Jeff came in with that $1,000 tip, he made sure it was the real Planet Jeff. But remember, guys, he doesn't look at your emails to make sure it's legit. Nah, it's face value, dude. But then he knows that the tips that he gets are all trolled tips. But just don't think about it, guys. If you think about it, you lose. You lose the game. You
Okay,
lose the plot.
so behind the scenes of everything, this person had been tipping me on and off on streams for over 9 months. I think the first tip they had ever sent
Uh,
me was like August. Um
uh,
August of 2019, something like that. Okay. And
oh boy. Let's go to
these
August
tips had
2019.
continued, on and off throughout the fall, all the way through early, 2020, all the way as up to late May. All right. Now, I don't know who this person is. I've never had any, direct interaction with this person at all before. At all. I
Remember, he tipped him for 9 months and all this other stuff, and
don't know who they are.
whatever.
So this supposed to be, I don't know if they're a fan. I don't know if they're a troll. It could very well be someone
Why
who,
would a fan charge back all that money? Unless the fan stole a parent's credit card and typed it into PayPal and gave Phil some money, and then the parent was like, "Hey, don't do that! Stop that, Jasper!" Does Jasper take Phil's credit card and pay for? Yeah, maybe he does. But isn't that fucking wild? He claims a fan would would charge back the money. I mean, I guess what he means to say is that it could be a fan that was a fan at one point, then something turned him against him, I guess. But when that usually happens with a fan, he says that they lost their minds. King Jizz was a fan of Phil, and then when King Jizz pulled out, he was like he lost his mind, and he lost his mind, man. So I don't know. I don't know if he really would believe a fan would do that. I don't know.
who's a detractor who watches detractor streams and they just wanted to get messages up on my streams of various nature. because it's very weird when you
Very
actually
weird.
read the history of this person and the
A
things that they
lot of
say
your
in the
tips
tips
are
that they
weird,
sent me.
Phil.
Some of them are actually very positive. One of the tips was like,
Oh my god. And he
congratulations.
falls for the positive tips all the time. You get literally tip saying, "Hey Phil, uh your streams are great and they're amazing and I love you, Phil." And you're like, thanks for the positive tip, man. And then you get tip the next time and say, "Fuck you, Phil." And you're like, "What?" Like, some of these positive tips are literally like being sarcastic, and he kind of doesn't pick up on it. But then again, it would be kind of weird, I guess, to read a positive tip and say, "Oh yeah, okay, man." So I guess when you read positive sarcastic tips, I guess it's technically better just to be like, "Whoa, man, thanks for the positive tip." Whatever.
On hitting the vest streak and blah blah blah, like a very positive message. And then another one is about fucking Tevin,
Whoa.
referencing a direct restreaming detractor.
But
And then there's
what's
one
the
that's like
context of that
actually
though?
on topic with a game
Because
I'm playing.
because I do remember there was a time where people kept talking about Tevin being on Bitwave, like, "Oh yeah, dude, Tevin went to Bitwave." He's like, so Tevin got banned from everywhere, and now he's on Bitwave. Like, who knows what the context of the Tevin references? And the thing is that, like, with these positive tip shit, if the next tip is like something negative, maybe they're being facetious. Maybe, I don't know.
It's like, wow, that's really positive.
Wow.
And then there's one that's like disgusting and
Oh my
really
god,
gross.
disgusting, dude.
And you're like,
Ew.
this person is fucking weird. Now the thing is, again, there's no way I would have known
His fans
who
are
this
fucking
person
weird.
was because
Does he
when
know
I
who
get
Mirai
tips,
Masaki is?
I don't get this information. It wasn't until PayPal sent me the
I
information to
mean, one
investigate.
of his fucking mods posts fucking furry porn or some shit, and he's saying that, oh my god, this guy who mentioned streaking at Trader Joe's is fucking weird, man. I don't know. Between Mirai Masaki and I think it was like fucking Popsicolo who posted fucking furry porn. I don't know. Like, a lot of people kind of poke fun at Kekken for his shit, but I mean, I'll say this about Kekken. I mean, he kind of just does his own little thing in his own little sphere. I mean, whatever. But he's saying that someone saying streaking in a tip is weird, man. Oh, okay.
That I was able to figure
Oh my
out
god, why are
all
my
these
ears
tips had
itchy?
come from the same person. All right.
Very wholesome
Um.
content,
Now you may say, well,
family
why is this
content.
concerning to me? What's the big deal? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this person did not contact PayPal and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, Phil didn't send me the product." Right? They didn't do that. That's silly. And in reality, those chargeback attempts don't bother me. And the reason they don't bother me is because I can usually win them with PayPal by just providing basic info. I can say, "Here's the information. This guy's obviously lying," and then it gets
This guy's a
cleared up.
liar. Get him. Get him, PayPal.
Okay? But this person basically claimed two transactions that were quite large, all right, and is claiming, oh, I didn't authorize those transactions on my credit card. So what that means is they didn't go through PayPal, they went to their credit card company and filed two completely fraudulent claims on their credit
Whoa.
card, which is against the law. That is a major crime. That is considered
How
fraud.
do you
I,
know
I,
it's
I don't know if
fraud
it's a
though?
felony or not. But I do know that if they get investigated
Now
and
look
they
at this. Everyone was saying like, "Oh, yeah, go to jail for your bankruptcy," all that stuff, right? You don't have the law works. You don't know how it works. Grow up, man. And then now he's telling us how the law works when people uh place false fraudulent chargebacks, whatever the fuck. He knows how that works, but man, let me tell you, he's not going to jail for bankruptcy, dude. That's impossible. No one goes to jail for bankruptcy.
find out that this
Whatever.
is not true, that okay, you lied on these claims to try to get your money back, that not only could their credit card get canceled, but they could be prosecuted for it because it's
How do
a
you know that?
complete fraud.
Like, see how lame that is? He fucking shits on people who are trying to, like, give him legal advice during the bankruptcy, and he tells them they don't know what they're talking about. Fuck them. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. But then, when it comes to this, he knows how the law works. He knows how the police work. He knows how it all goes down. He knows that whatever this guy's bank or credit card company is, they're gonna find his house. They're gonna pull him in, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you're trying to take money away from Phil Brunel from Brunel Productions. Now you gotta answer to us, dude."
Um,
Ugh.
so here's the thing, okay?
Okay.
In all the years now, 3 years, over 3 years, because it was February of 2017 that I started being a full-time streamer and accepting tips and everything. So in the over 3 years that I've been a streamer.
That's not fully true. I don't. Well, no. He did accept tips in 2017. Whoops. Never mind. He didn't accept it in 2016 when he returned to Twitch. He started taking tips like around March, I think.
tips and all of that stuff. All right.
All right.
Only one situation. Oh, let me take this back. 2 times this has happened to me before. And here's the 2 situations where it happened. Once, during the summer of, I want to say it was 2017 or 2018, I can't remember.
Mort.
Someone actually impersonated King Tut. You guys
That was
remember King
2018.
Tut, of course. The guy
King
who came
Tut.
on here and was gifting,
I like how it's King Tut. It's student common, but he sees him as a king, dude.
cheering like crazy, giving me tips like crazy.
He didn't give tips like crazy. He gave big tips, but it was nowhere on the same fucking scale as the subs and cheering he was doing, because he didn't start tipping until like September or so, and one of them was a fake apparently, and then whatever, which I don't know. I feel like that it was a meme that like King Tut was like, that's not me, and it probably was him. I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. The whole Tut thing was weird. It was a weird part of time, and then it kind of semi-repeat with Emerald 7, and Emerald 7 never did anything and vanished and never came back.
Basically trying to derail my streams for 2 months until finally he lost his mind. And
Finally, he
we'll talk
lost
about
his
that
mind.
Okay, so this
We're
person
gonna talk about it anyway.
impersonated King Tut.
Oh,
Common.
Now we have a
and
what? What is going on?
Basically sent out, I think it was a series of like 4 different tips, and it was within like one day. This person sent me a bunch of tips, hundreds of dollars of tips. Okay, and then after the fact, like a day later, they basically filed a claim with their credit card company and said these were all fraudulent. I didn't authorize them. Well, in that case, it was a very short period of time. It was only like 3 or 4 transactions. All right. And so when they filed, it was granted. So that was money that I got from someone.
So this is also lame, because this is also like semi lie. What ended up happening when he kept the money? He literally was telling Tut, "I gotta keep the money, Tut. Yeah, he's probably a spoon-fed child for a rich family, and he took me like crazy, and now I gotta keep the money. It was worth it, Tut." And now he's telling us that was a fake Tut. Maybe they both did it, and he was
on a stream
on both.
I had zero control over. Zero. Because they somehow proved to their credit card company that it was fraudulent, or they didn't authorize it. I don't know how, because I'm not part of that whole process, and they ended up getting their money back. Okay?
I love how if you file a chargeback through your credit card company, it has to be fraud. Has to be. No possible way that it could be a stolen credit card or anything. Right? Impossible. That's an impossible reality. I remember, this was a long time ago. I mean, this is back when my dad was around. I was like, having lunch with him and all this stuff, and he looked at his credit card statements, and he realized a lot of money was mysteriously like going places, and he was like, someone was building a PC. People were buying PC parts with my dad's credit card, and he was just like, "What is going on with this?" So he called his credit card company, and he stopped it. But it was like, I think it was like the first credit card payment he saw. It's whatever. So he saw that he got that cleared up and all that. But apparently, it's impossible. impossible for someone to get to that stage with someone else's credit card and just filing money in random places. Like that's an impossible reality. Okay, I mean, you could argue, I guess, that oh well, Theo, there could be a lot of trolls that do that to him, and that might be the case, but it might also it's what I've said. Like in cases like this, you might look better as a person to just assume that well, this guy must have stole someone's credit card and he did all this and blah blah blah. But no, fuck that. He needs that money, dude. He needs it.
That's terrible. That sucks because that was money that I should have earned. Those people got shout outs on my streams or whatever. But
I like how he says that's money he should have earned, but if it's a stolen credit card, that's technically money that it's not earned. If it's fraudulent money that's being spent to you. Huh.
But fraud is fraud. They're claiming there was real fraud there, and therefore those got taken back. Okay. Now the other time, okay, that this happened to me was actually Tutankhamun himself.
Oh.
Remember, over a 2 to 3 month
It was
period,
fake
he was
and
coming
real.
into the streams, cheering, gifting subs, dropping bombs of tips.
Bombs
and then
of
after
tips.
2 or 3 months,
No, he only did sub bombs, buddy.
guy decides all of a sudden out of nowhere that he hates me. Like, no reason. There was no reason to give him. The guy's just an idiot. And says that now he's going to try to charge back all of his money. It didn't work.
Got him.
He attempted it, and it failed miserably. He tried to do exactly the same thing, and all of those cases were completely denied, and I kept all of the money that he ever contributed to me. Okay? And the thing is, once you try and it fails, basically you can never appeal that again. So that was it. That was the end of King Tut. We never heard from him
I don't
again.
know.
He was out of here, and that was that. So
Never heard from
it's
him
like
again,
two
dude.
situations where this has happened. One, it looks like it may have legitimately been fraud because it was a few transactions within 1 day.
Now look how he's like, we never heard of him again. Never heard of Tut again. Do you want to hear from him again? I mean, it doesn't sound like you wanted him around after that. After all this, like what weird wording. We never saw him again. He tried to take his money back. He never came back. What do you want him to do? Come back and tip more? Say, hey, Phil, I'm gonna come. I'm getting this money back too. Like, whatever.
And that
Semantics.
one, sadly, the person got a refund. All right.
Sadly, the
other
person got a
case was a
refund.
guy who was tipping me over a course of 2 months. It was systematic tipping. It was systematic period of proving that he had sent me all these funds. There's no way that it was legitimately, oh, I was not authorizing those transactions. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? Are you mad?
How can you say that that you didn't authorize those? You would have noticed by then, right?
Yeah,
and so
idiot.
those were denied, and everything was fine with those. Okay? So, in the case of this situation now, all right, this is a person, again, who over a 9-month period, 9 months, sent me dozens of tips. Some positive, some negative, some detractor references, some actual nice game references. So there was no way for me to know that it was the same person.
What?
Excuse me.
No way to know that it's the same person after he tells us that he knows it was the same person for 9 months. But then he tells us in multiple instances that he can check their email. This guy is fucking wild. Like, come on. The least information you get. I mean, you might get a name, you might get a username, whatever. But the most they give you that you can kind of see is an email. Whoa, man! I saw an email, but you can't check if it's the same email. Like, well, I guess technically they could change their emails, but whatever.
Excuse me. I can tell you exactly what happened and why this person's trying to do this now.
Oh boy!
Because in late May, they started saying absolutely disgusting stuff with their tips on my streams. They were talking about going out front of a Trader Joe's naked and flashing their private parts to say that they don't need to wear a mask during the coronavirus crisis and stuff like that. And it was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
What?
What?
And they were doing it repeatedly. It was like, So first they would do one tip. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna brush that off. I don't know what the fuck that means. Just brush it off, right? Then they did it again and again. I mean, in one stream, I think they did it like 4 or 5 times. And finally, to that point, I was like,
Well,
"That's
maybe because you didn't read it. And according to Seven, he was kind of laughing at his tips too. He was having a good time, but maybe he did it to get attention. And you could have just said, I mean, I think he did. Well, he didn't tell him that, hey, I'm not gonna read that. It's disgusting. But maybe he could have just read it. Because the thing is that he likes to pretend like Twitch is gonna magically ban him if he reads that kind of shit, which is that's not how that works. Because it showed up on the stream. If it shows up and you're still on the website, I think it's okay to read it. It's so dumb how he does it too. Like he's so nervous to read. Oh, show your dick at Trader Joe's, man. Whoa, man. If I said that, Cat, does Cat like punish him every time he reads a no on stream? Is she like, hey Phil, you're not supposed to say that? Phil, this is a family household. What example are you leading Jasper when you're saying show your dick off at Trader Joe's, Phil? Fucking think about Jasper and his purity. Jasper's pure. You don't want him to be around immature content.
it. I'm not, enough is enough. I gotta shut him off." So I stopped them from
Gosh,
being
shut him
able
off,
to tip
man.
me because I was like, I don't want this disgusting shit on my streams. I don't know where this is coming from, what this person's problem is. Okay, so I basically shut off that ability to keep doing it so that I could play the game and not have this gross stuff on my stream. All right. Now that was late May. I haven't heard anything since late May, so you're talking 3 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden I get notice overnight
He blocked
that
him.
two of
That's
the
why.
contributions during
Whatever.
that time period, they notified their credit card company they were fraudulent and they're trying to get their money back. Okay? Now here's the problem.
Here's the problem.
If it were just those 2 transactions, all right, no biggie. But
No
this is
biggie.
someone who has done, 9 months of transactions. And I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm nervous because what happens if this person somehow is successful in convincing their credit card company that these were fraudulent transactions, despite the fact that I took all the information that I had on my end and I
Now, what's also confusing is that he's saying that this might happen, but this is where it gets kind of like, you see how much information he throws at you, and again, this is all information that's not even set in stone yet. He tells us that PayPal is doing an investigation, and PayPal asked him for information about this guy who tipped him for 9 months, right? Now, either PayPal told him, hey, this guy tipped you for 9 months, you want all the information for that 9 month period. Maybe that's what they said. Maybe they were just like, hey, give us information. They looked at the email, like, wait a second, this guy tipped me 9 months for 9 months and all this stuff. It's really fucking weird and it's so confusing. And this is just him begging someone to fall for the scheme because I guarantee you, I'm not guarantee, no, Theo theory time, guys. Get your tinfoil hats, wrap them tight. Be like the guy from the horror movie parody movie thing where they had Hershey Kisses on their head, whatever the fuck. Do that. I think he's gonna buy something. He's gonna go on a little trip, maybe it'll be a little secret trip, or maybe Jasper's lonely. Or Phil Jr.'s around the corner, man. You gotta explain a lot of stuff. Maybe it's for the nanny. Gotta pay the nanny, dude. You know what? That's it. That's it. During the day streams, Phil Jr. has to go to another person's house, and they have to pay the person to take care of him for like those 4 hours of when he streams. And he's like, Cat can't afford it anymore. So she's like, Phil, you gotta cover it for a while, okay? I have to go back to work. And Phil's like, fuck. And this is what he's trying to get them to pay him more money so they can pay the babysitter. So that they don't have the baby inside the house when he streams. It's to protect his family, dude. You don't understand. But it's so fucking weird, and it's like, and the thing that's weird is that every time that there's this big push for oh guys, this very vague threat is happening. Something very suspicious happens right after. It's the same thing when like he was asking for money for tips for taxes to save the house. After he gets that money, Cat moves in. Oh, the credit card is upping their payments. I gotta cover it, man. They get married and they go to Connecticut. And then they get Cat and they get Jasper. And so I can only wonder what's on the buy list. It's so weird, and it's like so hard to trust him too, because he brags about how he doesn't tell us anything. He's like and this guy has lied to his fans in the guise of, oh, it's to protect my family, which is bullshit. Because if you're trying to protect something, you don't want to share personal information. You just don't answer the question. You don't give us false information. Like it's one thing to say like, hey Theo, do you have a girlfriend? And maybe I don't feel comfortable sharing that. I'm like, oh, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, don't worry, gentlemen don't discuss their sex life, whatever. You just dismiss it, whatever. You just say like, yeah, I know it is what it is. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know, whatever. Maybe in the future, I'll get a girlfriend, maybe. Uh, you know, you don't have to answer all the questions either. You could just be like, nah, don't answer that. Whatever. But he gives them like, if I get married, guys, I could lose the house, and what responsibility? What kind of responsible adult would I be if I married someone and I lose the house? I can't get a cat. If I get a cat and I lose the house, it's gonna fuck up the cat, man. Like, see how lame that is? Like, he does that, and then says, "I did that to protect my family," but he doesn't understand that the bad faith that gives people. Like, come on.
I sent it to PayPal and I said, here, look, this guy's been tipping me for 9 months. Here's the various things he said and done on my streams. Here's the evidence of all of it. There's obviously this is not fraud, because if it were, someone would have noticed within 9 months that they were charging up a credit card, right?
Now, notice. No, now this is also funny. He says like, they didn't notice in 9 months if someone was stealing the credit cards. Maybe the credit card that was stolen is from a household that has so many payments. Like, that's the other thing with it, is that some people do like small payments that here and there that you wouldn't think about because it gets buried by other payments, and maybe that person also has a lot of bills to pay as well, Phil. Now DSP tells us, right, that he has all these bills to pay, the money that goes from tips goes straight to bills and all that shit, right? But it never occurs to him that there might be people out there in the real world that might have more debt, more payments, and these little insignificant tips that he's been getting from this guy here and there, might be buried underneath these other payments in that particular household. And he's saying, how would they not know in 9 months? If the person who's stealing the credit card knows what they're doing, they might be able to get away with it. That's why, like, some people will say, hey, if you do something that's like you want to be sure of, always look at your statements, always look at where the money's going, look at where the money's coming and going, see if there's anything that you don't recognize in your statements and all that. That's why a lot of people tell you to look at them, because there might be people like that know what the fuck to do to hide it, because you're not gonna think about it if someone tips like 50. Well, maybe there's 50, but like $5, $10, and all that. That might not occur to someone because they might be paying bigger things. You would think DSP would understand that. And the other like wild thing about this that DSP is telling us, that you're telling me that they wouldn't notice in 9 months. This coming from Mr. I didn't know I had state business taxes for 3 years. He is telling us that someone would notice for 9 months that they had been having all these charges. Like, you didn't know for 3 years that you had state business taxes? Like, what? Like when Leanna was paying it, or was he like, huh, cool, man? He didn't think, maybe I should ask my tax guy about the state business tax that Leanna's paying. And that guy probably would say, I don't know, maybe. Maybe you should look it up, Phil. Like, how is Leanna paying her taxes? You know what I mean? But it blows my mind that like this guy is like shitting on on this potential guy who got his credit card stolen, not noticing for 9 months that his card was stolen or whatever, while he was not paying business taxes for 3 years, and it took the government in that state 3 years to notice it. And he's telling us that people would notice stuff within 9 months. Are you fucking for real, buddy? Okay. I'm
This is ludicrous that this person would say
ludicrous.
only these two. This is junk, you know. All right. So I sent all this information to PayPal, but here's the real problem. Okay, I did the math.
He did the math,
This
guys.
particular person has sent me over $800 in tips.
Whoa.
All right, in a 9 month period. All right, that is like no, number one. I mean, that's crazy support, but at the same time, I didn't. First of all, how would you even know? I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known that that was that person. This person doing all of that.
What?
And now
Okay.
what happens
Okay.
if this person
Whatever.
decides, oh, look at this, my credit card company's stupid, and I fooled them into giving me two fraudulent refunds. Now I'm just gonna do it for all of them, right? And again, the problem is I have no control over any of this. This person literally could just try it, and if it works,
Now,
it works.
now with this kind of it's again like he's freaking out over something that it hasn't even happened yet. Maybe he should wait and see, and maybe he shouldn't be freaking out. But the other thing is that what this also kind of tells me is that this might be something that's new to him, like because like this guy brags about winning chargebacks and all this shit, right? And he's freaking out about this. So that just tells me that maybe either those instances where he won the chargebacks never happened and no one charged back the money and all this stuff was fake news and he was like just doing it as a bluff, like yeah, these troll tips they try to charge back but I won, but maybe they never try to charge back their money to begin with, and he's just saying that they did. I don't know. It's either that. I mean, that's one thing, and he's just bluffing the whole time, and this guy called the bluff and charged back, and he's like, "Whoa, charge back!" In a particular way through the credit card company, that is, and he's like, "Uh oh," and this guy called the bluff, and that's why he's nervous. But I mean, come on. Now the other thing that's also I don't know. Like, this is really fishy. Not fishy, but it's so lame to this hit the panic button so early. It reminds me of that one time where he was like, for less, like, there was two instances of this going on, by the way. The first one was like either he wasn't getting ads or something, and he's like, guys, I wasn't getting ads on my videos. I don't know, man. I'm very nervous, man. I'm very nervous. And then, like, when he started the second stream, it cleared up. It was pretty cool, man. After he was like, I could lose the house, guys. This is terrible. And then, like, within, like, 5 minutes, like, the ads were working, and he was like, oh, pretty cool. And this was also after he got, like, $100 in tips, too, which is wild. But then it was that, and then when when his YouTube channel got deleted, right, because of the Google Plus thing, DSP then tells us, I don't know if I'll be able to get my channel back. That's all that money. And then less than 24 hours, the channel comes back, and crisis is averted, right? This fucking guy never learned. Maybe he should wait until he gets more concrete information before getting his fans concerned. Like, he does this all the time. And it's like, it's not fair for his fucking supporters. And this is like Clown World as well. And it gets even more Clown World. Just listen.
I'm out over $800 fucking dollars, which I don't have. The money that comes in for me for tips goes to bills. I've told you guys I'm very transparent with what my money.
I'm very transparent. what bills does he have? Bills are monthly, right? I can only assume that most of the bills get paid the beginning of the month, right? He actually not he. Oh my god, this guy. Remember. Don't you remember the time when he used to just do the typical to count down the days until Twitch paid him, right? Remember those days? And he would tell us he got bills to pay at the beginning of the month. And then after that, all good. It's all good, man. And now he now and also before that I should say he wanted us to think that he got pay, he has bills daily or whatever. But he tells us when he was doing the tip school until Twitch pays him. I hate this so fucking much. I fucking hate when he does shit like this because like it causes a fucking migraine on all the shit he tells you. And it's like it's like painful. It's painful because like part of me is like I feel I would feel bad for the people tipping him and falling for his fucking nonsense, but at the same time, I don't care anymore. These people deserve to be scammed. Like, you just think about this for a good while, and you realize stuff don't add up, and then you realize people still pay for it for this. Like, it's fine. I've said this before. It's fine if these people like support him and they generally like the guy's content and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. I have no issue with those people. If they want to sub to him, fine. If they want to like sub to his Patreon, fine. If they want to do all that stuff, fine, fine. It's fine. But the people who tip him and it's like, oh man, I hope you get through this, man. Oh my god, it was terrible, man. Potential spam is calling me. I'm gonna just pick up the phone. Let's see what this is. That was DSP calling me, guys. DSP told me he has bills right now. No, that was Cleo actually. She was telling me she wants some strawberries. But anyways, it's fine if you want to support this guy, whatever. But the people who like give him money because Phil, I feel so bad for you. Oh man, you're in such a bad place. Oh man, ah, all that shit. All these people that fall for this sympathy, like these people deserve the scam. They deserve it because this guy gets paid like he gets paid by Twitch and YouTube on the 15th of the month. Right now it's the 19th. He just got paid by Twitch. And this fucking guy gets a lot of money from Twitch and YouTube. You're telling me that Twitch gives him fucking nothing, Mr. 689 subs? He got even more than that in that payment cycle, and he's a fucking partner. He acts as if he's a fucking affiliate where he has to like earn $100 to get the money, and he hasn't gotten that threshold yet. Like this fucking guy is a partner. He gets payments regularly from Twitch every month. He tells us that he even told us last year he adjusted the payments on most of his bills to be at the beginning of the month to time for this shit and all that nonsense, right? And now he's saying that all my bills are tied up in payments, man. All this stuff. And this was stuff that was going into taxes, the tax attorney, all this stuff. And then he tells us in April he had to pay the tax guy and all this stuff for his bankruptcy and all this stuff. He gives us all this information, but then he yells at the trolls and detractors for keeping in their mind. This guy, I have said this when he went back to Twitch. He wants you to see him as a guy who makes $5 a year. He wants you to think he makes $5 a year. He wants you to have that image in your mind when you tip him and all this stuff. He wants you to think that. Now, he could tell. Now, I'll be semi-fair and say, sure, maybe he's struggling to keep up with some payments. Whatever. Fine. But it's very disingenuous for him to discredit the amount of money he makes and to freak out over $800 when he makes a lot of money on Twitch. He just got paid by Twitch from his own fucking information. He told us he gets paid in the middle of the month by Twitch, and he even said the 15th in most months. It's the 19th now, and it was the 18th when he paid it. When he said this, he got the payment. Like, it is just fucking frustrating to have all this information of what he even tells you, and then when you ask him about it, he fucking shits on you for it. I don't know, Phil. Maybe you shouldn't be begging like a homeless guy every day. Maybe that's what you should be doing, and just go about it, wait for the thing to happen, and then tell us when the thing happened, instead of before, instead of all this shit. Maybe you shouldn't act like a fucking bitch boy about it.
Money goes to. When tip money comes in, it goes to pay for the cost of games. It goes to pay for my groceries and other things that I need to shop for. It goes to pay for the utilities, taxes. Like, this is the things that my tip money pays for.
What about
My tip money
cat
doesn't
money?
sit around in a bank account. You know, I don't have enough money to cover $800. If this guy
How?
just decides
How
overnight,
do you not have that money though? Okay.
oh, I've decided to charge back all of my transactions forever. All right. So this really blows. Like, this is going to, if this happens, which I don't know if it's going to or not, because it really is going to depend on what happens with these first two transactions. Okay. If this happens, I'm screwed. Like, literally, I'm screwed. I have to make up that money before I can go back into the black
Oh man,
and then start to
when
have
you used to
money I
tell
can
us
spend
that?
on stuff again.
Back in the black. Remember when you used to tell us that every time to not get overdraft fees? That was another fun time in DSP lore when the bank was gonna overdraft him. And this guy is Bank of America, and I'm just sitting there thinking, he literally cannot it cannot be that bad because literally in Bank of America, if you have less than $1,500 in your account, they will take $12 a month. Every month they'll take $12 out for maintenance. If you have less than 1,500, they would take $12. And he's saying that I'm overdrafting, man. Like, okay. Because I guarantee you, if he didn't if he had less than 1,500, he would definitely be going on pre-stream saying, guys, tips go straight to the bills and straight to the bank account. I'll be honest, guys. My bank, Bank of America, they have this program where, like, if you don't have this much money in your account, they'll take $12 out of the account. That's the money I need for bills. But no, no, he never talked about that. So I mean, that's why I kind of don't fully buy that his bank account is like $0 and all this stuff when he was telling us that, because he would definitely complain about the $12 coming out of his account against his will. It was something they changed too in like 2017, 2018 or so. It was like a change because it was trending on Twitter that people were not happy with Bank of America for that decision, and it was a very fucking stupid decision. But like, and DSP never complained about it, so that's kind of gave me some red flags about his bank account situation, because I was like, if he's not complaining about this, he complains about fucking losing dollars, but he's not even complaining losing 12. Okay, sure.
You know?
You know what I mean?
Now, here you go with the stupidity. But what about all the money that you spent? Yeah, all the money of the vest streak, right? The money that already paid for things. The money that paid.
Does he live in a fucking mansion? I mean, as I said, I wouldn't say his bills are like fucking $50. I mean that'd be. I mean, I'm sure everyone would love bills to be $50, uh, but like he acts as if his bills are like 10,000. He has 10 grand of bills, dude. 10 grand. Oh, whatever.
For everything around here. The money that paid the
But he has a
taxes,
second income.
which is what you guys.
Again, remember when he bragged about having Cat as a second income? Cat was a second income for a while, then that went out the door. Did Cat say no? I'm not paying for your fucking shit. I want to live for free. Bitch, I do what I want. Is that what he told him?
Just don't seem to understand is that I'm paying the thing.
Phil, I'll cook for you if you let me sleep with anyone I want and I don't pay. Oh, okay, Cat. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I get a person to cook for me. Oh man, oh man. Imagine that was the arrangement.
I need to pay in the past few months. All right, during this whole thing going on with my bankruptcy and all of that, I had lawyers' fees. I had to pay my accountant a ton of money, to do my taxes.
No, again. We're forgetting the bankruptcy lore a little bit here. When he announced the bankruptcy, right? You'd think, oh wow, he had to, man. He's admitting failure. No, no. He told us that he filed for bankruptcy because he found out that it can like delay the foreclosure immensely, right? That's what he told us, and that's why he did it. So with his own little logic there that he told us, I mean, again, DSP doesn't want us to make assumptions. We're just gonna go off what he told us. How he did it as a means to an end, like he did it to catch up on payments and all this stuff. It's kind of like a tool, pretty much. He used bankruptcy as a tool. He didn't. It sounded like he didn't really have to file for bankruptcy. Like if he wasn't going through foreclosure, he didn't have to. So all these lawyer fees, all this stuff, he didn't have to do it. He did it himself. He chose it. He chose this. So why is it our fault? Why is it our responsibility that he chose to go through bankruptcy? No one told him he had to. He was running a successful business, according to him.
I had to pay all these taxes to the government, to the state. All this. That's where all the money went.
And the taxes was also another like meme too, because he I guess you could file early before the Corona thing happened. I guess you could say that, like, oh, he filed early, but he told in that bankruptcy meeting, whatever the fuck, that oh, it's there's a delay and all this other stuff, but now he's gonna pay taxes again, but he paid taxes. Man, it sounds like Cat wants something for the house, but he's doing it to protect the family. That's what this is for.
The money that I've made up extra during these vest streaks has gone to very good causes and is putting me in a better position for next
Went to
month
Freedom Funds.
when I head into
Went to
July.
coronavirus studies.
Talking to the federal government, saying, "Okay, I know I owe you money for back taxes. We got to get me back on a payment plan. All right, let's make it.
I thought you were already on a
affordable
payment
and something
plan.
that you're not gonna, guys aren't going to try to screw me over." And understand that I want to get back on track with what I was doing until it got canceled and everything because of my bankruptcy and all that. Let's get back on track here.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. So the bankruptcy canceled the payment plan? What? Whatever.
And that's the thing. That's the thing is like, I'm nervous now. I'm super nervous. What if this person gets these first two,
What if?
charges everything back, gets them all? Now you're talking a negative $800 some on my fucking PayPal account, and now what the fuck? And that's somehow my fault, right? Like, no, I did nothing wrong. This is a person who willingly chose to do this over a course of time, then decided on a whim, oh, I'm gonna be an
No,
asshole.
Mr. Business Degree doesn't understand that sometimes in businesses you make money, you lose money.
And I'm gonna say disgusting things on Phil's stream to derail it. So Phil blocked me from contributing because I was being gross. And now, 3 weeks later, I've decided I'm gonna file false claims against my credit cards, saying that they were fraudulent when they weren't.
How do you know they're false?
There's 9 months of history of me sending tips to Phil. right?
There's
So
3 years of history of you operating a business in Washington. Why didn't the government figure it out? Like I still can't believe he's like surprised. He's like giving shit to whoever owned that credit card for not noticing for 9 months, while the government did not notice him operating a business for 3 years. Like that's fair.
so in reality, this is huge crime. You can't do
Huge
this. Is
crime.
really bad stuff. And this person's a moron because they are on the hook now with their credit card company who
How do you
has
know
all their
that?
personal information and everything and can prosecute them.
Well,
You know?
prosecution,
So I
prosecution.
don't know what they think they're trying to pull here. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I already
I
sent
don't know why
all
I
the information to
thought that's
PayPal.
funny.
I'm sure they're going to go right to the credit card company and say, no, here's the evidence. This guy's full of crap. So this guy's in
No,
trouble.
no, no. Listen, now I like how he's like, oh, see, they're gonna show him that he's full of crap, and I'm gonna keep the money. So then, why are you freaking out? Like, if you're so sure you're gonna keep the money, why are you pig whistling, as Tevin says? Hmm. I wonder if there's like a thing Cat wants, and he wants to buy it for her. I mean, he really wants that $800.
Trouble. They think that they're going to get away with it. They're in trouble. They're going to be, on the hook for this if
I don't
this
know
credit
why like
card
my
company
face came like dropping
decides
frames. By the
that they
way,
want to come after him for it. Okay?
weird. Well, it's
Well, I'm
just like,
nervous.
whatever.
I am. When stuff like shit like this happens, it's hit or miss. Who knows what's going to happen? It could be the credit card company's incredibly dumb and just grants it. Oh, here, just have it because we're fucking stupid. And now, not only am I out money, but now he's going to go back and try to charge back everything from 9 months,
How do you
right?
know that's gonna happen?
I
Though?
don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Whatever.
So, yeah. Some people. Oh my God. Alexander Rossi says, I don't get how $800 is make or break money. All right. Alexander Rossi, here's how.
Here's
Are you
how,
ready?
dummy.
I'm going to tell you how. Because I don't talk about my personal shit behind the scenes. You don't understand the shit that I have to spend money on. All right? I'll give you a perfect example.
You just told us
I'm
what you spend
currently
money on.
paying my tax attorney hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month
I
to
thought
try
you
to
already
pay
paid
off
him.
the amount he charged me to file my federal taxes. I need to pay that off
Again.
by the end of this month. Then I have to pay my tax attorney a ginormous retainer, all right, in order to get his services back again. So he will work with the federal government and get me back on a payment plan with the
Payment
federal
plan?
government for my back taxes. Oh, yeah,
Payment.
then I have to actually pay my back taxes. Plus, I have to pay my monthly taxes every single month this year. All right? This is not, oh, Phil just gets money and he puts it in a bucket and sits there playing with his money with a shovel, like a sand shovel, and he throws money above his fucking head. The money is already accounted for and going to places where it needs to go. I'm in debt. I am. I'm in debt. And that's what happens. It's
Remember when he told us that the bankruptcy cleared him of a lot of debt? He got now. He didn't get all of his debt wiped. A lot of people. I mean, he only got like what 130,000 wiped. So he still has like 400,000 debt or something like that. So I mean, it's not like 500,000, but like still up there. He's still in debt, dude. But he filed for bankruptcy because reasons.
it's like you guys think that, well, I say you guys, I shouldn't say that. Some people who are just very, very naive think that, oh, Phil's got the best job ever because he just sits there, plays games all day, and all the money he comes in is frivolous money.
Well, guys, you're fucking idiot if you think that his career is the best when he tells us that he's so lucky to do this, he loves doing this, he'd still do this. Oh, what an amazing job. You know what's even funny? Oh my god, this is another thing that's gonna like fucking oh my god. He tells us even if he wasn't making a living off of this, he'd still be doing it, he still loves it, all that shit, right? And then this happens and he's like, oh my god, this fucking guy just needs to like he is a fucking Tobias of fucking streams and shit of the internet. He needs to record himself and listen to himself talk. And then but he probably wouldn't get it. He's probably gonna have the same revelation as Tobias did and say, "Oh, Tobias, you blow hard." He's gonna say that and then just go on his merry way and talk about how he blew himself again, dude. You know what I mean?
He just spends on whatever he wants. The money's already accounted for. So, over a 9-month period, over $800 comes in. It went to pay for very important things. Now, all of a sudden, it might vanish overnight. And now my account is $800+ in the red. So how do I pay for stuff now? Right? How do I?
Cat isn't gonna help you at all. Cat's just. I guess Cat's a detractor. She likes to see him squirm. No, no, not a detractor. I take that back. Like his fans, because I kind of want to do a video on this, a separate video, because I don't want this video to be fucking too long. It's gonna be long enough as it is. But this guy, every night stream, he has to fucking squirm for his whales. What's going on? We have 10 minutes. It's not like I do good, man. It's okay if it ends, man. It's okay. Yeah. And then someone comes in and either says, "Here you go, vest time. I'm invested." Some vest pun, whatever. They'll do that because he squirmed enough for them. Is that what is Cat one of those people? Is Cat like a DSP fan? They love to see him squirm and cry and beg and whine before they give him what he wants. Like that to me blows my mind. Because like it's one thing to say like, "Hey guys, if you want to support the stream, feel free to go to my tips page, whatever, and then go about your day." It's one thing to do that. It's another to be like, "Oh," and freak out. It's like everyone in his life just wants to see him squirm before they bail him out. Like imagine that's how the government works. You submit a loan. You're like, "Hey man, I wanna submit a loan for a business." And they're like, and the guy you're applying to the loan, they just give you a dead face, and you're like, I could lose the house if I don't get this business afloat, and I need money to like build my business, and like really important if I get this business. Like I have a family, I have kids, I have this and that, and like, okay, now I'll grant you the loan. Like, that is probably what DSP does. DSP, that's, guys, we figured it out. We found out how he got his chapter 7. He didn't get his chapter 7 because, the guy, after the phone call, he called Nancy. He's like, "Nancy, I have Cat, I have Jasper Kitty." Hold on, guys. Okay, now I gotta like really, really get through this video. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue. But yeah, it's like everyone wants to see DSP squirm. He's like, "Nancy, I love chapter 7. I have Jasper Kitty here, and he's hungry. He needs some food." And she's like, "Okay, Phil, I'll give you the chapter 7." Or whoever granted it. Like he called him up when he's home. He's like, I really need a chapter 7. And they're like, "Okay, we'll give it to you, buddy."
Pay for the lawyer to pay off what I owe him at the end of the month. So now next month I can retain him so he can get me the back tax plan with the government. Right? How do I do that?
How do I do that?
If I don't have the money because it got taken away from me because of some shithead committing fraud. You see? This is a bad problem.
A terrible
A very
problem.
bad problem.
Very bad. He's in a bad
Um,
place now.
and that's why it does. It very much worries me. Okay.
But sorry, like
Now here we go again. I heart
whatever.
darts. Well, it's $800. You can make that up in the next 4 days, and that means I made no money this week.
I love the math, right? If he makes $400 in 4 days, if he makes the money up in 4 days, right? He would make no money. Okay, now, now you see what he's doing to his little whales, little cucks, little plebs. He's giving him a little carrot, like, hey man, if I get $800, oh, this that. Let's say, bam, Planet Jeff comes in, Rob comes in, they both help him get $800 in one day, right? Let's say they do that, right? Guarantee you, the next day. Alright guys, I told you about that whole thing. I might lose $800. It's still might happen, man. It still might happen, man. It's gonna be really fucked up, right? Oh my god. Whatever, right? He's gonna keep saying that, and someone's gonna say, hey Phil, didn't Planet Chef give you $800 yesterday? That was the bills! You think I can hold on to $800? No, idiot! So you'll never win. And that's the saddest part of this whole thing. The fact that not only is this thing a looming threat that may or may not happen, even if he gets the money immediately, it's still not enough because that money will go to bills. So no matter what his fans do, they will lose. Regardless, now of course they could always say, "Well, I support him anyway. I don't care. I don't care. Give me $800." But like, you just reward him for doing nonsense like this. You're giving him money for a looming threat, and like it's just like these whales this really don't give a fuck about the other whales that might pity him. It's it's just such a fucking wild ride of nonsense. Like even if he made that money, it could like it's just like I was sitting there thinking about this, and I was like, even let's say that it was gone, right? Let's say that this looming threat happened. You really think if he made $800 in one day, he's not going to complain about not making any money, and that he'd still have to make up the money, like the following days? Fuck no. There's been so many times where he has been giving miracle tips and miracle money and all this other stuff, and he still complains. He got to like the cat reveal, right? He says, "Oh man, if I get $1,000, it's gonna help me out immensely, man." He gets $2,000, and within like a week, he went back to, "I really need the money, man. I really need that money to pay my bills." I thought that money was to catch you up, bitch. And if that's not good enough, 800 ain't good enough for you either. And 900 ain't good enough. No money's good enough for this fucking pig, but these people keep falling for it. They deserve the scam. They deserve it. Like, you know, it's not like your grandma who gets scammed out of her life savings because of some scammer who calls like a nursery a nursing home or whatever, and they scammed a grandma. Like she's old and she's vulnerable to that shit, and you can feel bad for those people. But this guy is a fucking 38-year-old baby with all these people who are like his age range and younger, and they all fall for it. Like they deserve this scam. They deserve it. They fucking deserve it. They get what they paid for. As I said about all these people that run to his aid, who help him hit the vest streak every day, they get what they fucking pay for. A guy that is not grateful at all, who claims he is, but deep down he ain't. $800 in one day ain't good enough for him. It's not good enough from today, not good enough from tomorrow, not good enough, period. It's really a waste of money if you think giving him $800 is gonna make him magically be okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You're right. In the next 4 days, if the vest streak continues, I could potentially make $800, and that pays the negative balance on my account, and I have $0 for next week to do anything.
And then,
Can't,
but even then, like the math is dumb. Because like, let's say that, I mean, even the one I gave you the one day, but he makes like 100 minimum. So that's like, in 4 days, if he made perfect $100, he'd have a point. But he goes over $100 all the time. He could have like 120, 130, 150. He's something to make 200, and he's like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Pay any bills, can't go shopping, nothing.
Can't
Do
go
you understand
shopping.
my dilemma?
I can't go shopping. He already tells us that he penny pinches anyway. Secondly, Kat has a job, and she has money. Now, of course, you could say, well, Theo, that's her money. Does Kat not want to live in the house? Because, I mean, I'm willing to bet that she'd be willing to pay the bills for the house she lives in. Just saying.
Now maybe the perspective makes a little bit more sense. Okay?
Like it's not like that. It's not like, it's not like whatever. You know what I mean?
Because people swear that I have
They
this money that's
swear.
sitting around, hoarding. It's not. It's going to things that it needs to go to, and that's the problem. I don't have a lot of liquidity. I wish I did. I wish I had a lot of liquidity. But right now, I'm coming out of, the bankruptcy deal. And now it's like, for the first time, I actually have money that I can put towards the things it's supposed to be going towards. Instead of going frivolously towards credit card bills, loans, it's now going towards taxes. And
Taxes.
paying my lawyer to fix the taxes. But now I might not have that money again. See, that's the problem. I'm at the beginning, the burgeoning parts of, oh, I'm getting to a better position. This is good. If things go good over 2020, I can maybe get to that position.
Dude,
where,
see
okay,
how fucking thirsty. Oh, that noise is bad. But I like how thirsty he is just to stay in like danger and crisis all the time. Man, I just have to make it through here and I'll be fine. I just have to make it through here. I'll just make it through here. Dangling this little carrot in front of his little rabbits. Dangling the strawberry in front of Cleo. Oh, just come on, Cleo. Nibble the strawberry. Come on, Cleo, and you go get it. Just come to me, Cleo. I have strawberry. Come on. And I'm like trying to pet her. I'm like, come on, Cleo. You just have to eat the strawberry.
putting money aside for savings. Yes, I can have issue if something comes up. Maybe I'll have some money to fall back on. But I'm not there yet. I just not even, what was it, a month ago? I just was granted the bankruptcy, and now I'm just starting to get to that point. You see, if this had happened maybe 2, 3, 4 months down the line, once the tax situation was done and all of that, maybe
Really,
it wouldn't have been a big deal. But right now, this is like the worst time for this. Okay, the worst time.
really.
So
So, how can you help?
that's the deal, guys. And it sucks. So what can you do? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing that you
What
guys
can you
can
do?
do.
Give me money.
In this situation. But I just hope this kind of gives some clarity to the overall dealings of what it's like to be a live streamer, because at any time you
Dude,
can
this
have
guy
someone
would probably like lose his head if he like it's the internet. A lot of shit happens on the internet, DSP. I mean, a lot of stuff.
who breaks the law, because that's all this is fraud. It's breaking the law
Whoa,
to
people don't
try
abide the
to
law. Whoa, this
screw
shocks
someone
me.
over, and it's fucked up. This is my life. This is my livelihood. This is not a joke. This is not, oh, I'm trolling. No, this is my fucking life that is being fucked with, because I'm in a position where this is great. Things are very positive on the streams. People are loving the content. People are being very supportive. We're hitting the tips goal every day, and that allows me to have a cool vest streak gimmick going. And we're having
So you
fun
don't do
celebratory
gimmicks.
events and everything. And if I can keep this up, this is going to help me long term. I'm going to get past this tax hurdle next month, and then for the rest of the year, things can be great and positive. And, I can turn things around for my life, and then, boom, here it comes.
Again, as I said, as anyone with two brain cells can think, you would think that this guy who has been through so many random things would sit there and just assume this could happen. But it always takes him for a surprise. Are you fucking serious? That's like me being surprised every time I get a paper cut. What the fuck? I got a cut after I slip my finger on the edge of the paper? What?
You see? And I
And
hate
then
this
and
because
this is also coming from a guy that tells me, "Oh, my trolls, they're idiots. They keep breaking the rules in this chat and they think that I'm not going to ban them. And then I ban. What do you think is going to happen, stupid?" But then this guy gets like surprised every time this shit happens. Like this happened to you in the past so many times, and it's surprising you now. Ah,
I really want to be in a part of my life where I feel like things are getting
I
positive.
honestly would
And
think
I
that
really
that
do have
fucking
to
back
say,
taxes thing,
this
if
year has been a good
whatever.
year for me. Things are
Okay,
actually turning around for me. Things are going well for me. um, you know, and I hope this doesn't stick. I really hope that this is, the credit card company basically researches it and says, nope, this is bullshit, and then I don't have to worry about this, you know? But the thing is, I have zero control over it. That's the worst feeling in the world, because this now feels to me like I'm back on YouTube. It feels like it's back in the day when I was doing YouTube videos full time. YouTube makes a sweeping decision that screws me over, and it's not something I did wrong, and it's not something anything that I have control over. You're just fucked. Deal with it, right?
that's
And I'm
life.
tired of that. That's one of the major
Like,
reasons.
that's life. Life ain't fair. People get ahead, others don't. People don't get the same opportunities. A lot of fucked up shit happens in the real world. And this is the guy that yells at people who think that they're entitled. He complains, like, oh my god. Remember that Call of Duty stream when he was making fun of people who complained about, oh, they complain about their name not being spelled correctly on their macchiatos, first world problems. Oh yeah, what if you were in a war-torn country? And this fucking guy is like, oh my god, life ain't fair, I did nothing wrong, it feels like I'm back on YouTube, I have no control over my life. Like, you can't complain about people who complain about life being unfair when you do the same fucking shit. This is so fucking lame and like low key, this fucking pisses me off. Like it pisses me off hearing this guy hearing a person who shits on other people who are complaining about how life ain't fair, saying that oh my god, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Like it sucks. Life sucks. And I've said this for a long time, but everyone has struggles in life. Life ain't easy. No one has it easy. There might be people who might not have as much of a hardship as you. Everyone has a different life. No one's the same. No one is cut from the same cloth. Everyone has a different life experience. And to sit here and say that, well, that's how my life is, man. It's really unfair. People get killed every day. You think that? You think that they're that blah, 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 blah? You think life is fair for them? You think that people who like it's the same meme of saying, well, it could be worse. There's people here who's starving, but like life ain't fair. Like come on, like you could sit here and say and tell you that oh this sucks, this sucks. Yeah, it does suck. But you don't have to be so fucking like, I'm a victim, woe is me.
Why I became a full time live streamer. Okay? So,
Which is bullshit to say that, oh, I became a live streamer because, like, I don't like sweeping decisions. Twitch can literally decide, hey, we decided no more cheers. Let's get rid of cheering, let's get rid of subbing and all this stuff. Twitch can literally make decisions that can fuck him over. Like they could just say, "Hey, we're gonna get rid of the partner protection program, or no more partners. We're not doing that." All this stuff. Like he's all. I mean, technically that has happened. I mean, he claims that the DMCA stuff is affecting Twitch streams and all this stuff. That's something beyond Twitch streamers' control. But that's why I became a live streamer, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And PayPal could also decide, hey, we're not gonna allow this anymore. I don't know. Like, come on.
I
Like
wanted.
in life, you never truly have full control of anything. Like, no one does. You're not in control of the bills. You're not in control of your job. You could lose. This is the guy that tells us that there's no job security at all. And oh my god.
wanted to become someone who my content and my success is based on what I put out there. Crowdfunding, people having um, enough fun on my streams that they want to see this continue. They contribute, and because of the
Yeah.
contributions, that's what keeps me going. Not because some dumb company makes an insanely boneheaded, uninformed decision because they think they're smarter than everyone else, and they completely screw over my business, and now I'm fucked. That's why I stopped doing YouTube full time. I couldn't take it anymore. They made so many boneheaded decisions that screwed people over. I said I got to do things for myself now. But now I'm in a situation where here we go again, right?
Again, like
Here we go
he's
again.
still controlled by companies, though. Streamlabs
So
could just say
I
we're
don't know what's
done.
gonna happen. All right, for
Streamlabs
now
could
I'm
go
hoping
away.
this will
You
not
could
go
be banned from
through, and
Streamlabs.
this will be a weight
Uh,
off my back. We just go back to
Twitch
being
could
as
ban
positive as
him.
we were,
Twitch
but it
could
just
say
sucks
no more
another
money,
stupid
no more
fucking
revenue
thing on
services.
top of everything.
Fuck this.
Right? And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being at the
Like
mercy
Twitch
of
could
fucking
literally just
people
fuck his
who
business up,
think that they
and
could just fuck with me
he thinks that
constantly
just
and screw up
because
my
he
life. You
streams,
know,
he has
because just
control.
because they want to. If the
Wild,
guy didn't
man.
contribute $800 plus over 9 months and
Why
didn't
not?
fuck with me.
You see how sneaky little 800 plus? So let's say even if he gets $800, I mean he'll say, "Oh, it says 800, but I got like 755, whatever." But he could also say, "Oh, yeah, man. You could get like $820, let's say." In reality, the guy tipped me like, "Oh, really? Like $1,000 in tips."
At least that wouldn't have been money that I spent on stuff, and now they're going to try to get it back. Better to just never have it at all than to have had spent it and now to fuck me over at a time when right now is when I need the money the most. Like I said, to pay my lawyer to get this tax situation fixed next month. Now is the time when I need it the most, and now you're telling me now it's gonna try to fuck me over, right?
God,
I just had enough of this shit.
I don't know.
I don't want to have to deal. I just want to have fun and to play games and not deal with nonsense of
He just wants to
fucking
play
pieces
games,
of shit
dude. He
humans
just wants to play
who think that
games.
they can get away with crimes. Because that's all this is. The false DMCA claims against my Twitter, the reason I have no avatar and banner again, are crimes. That is a crime to impersonate someone and take shit down in their name. It's a crime. To falsely, file fraud charges against a credit card is a crime. People are breaking the fucking law everywhere to try to fuck with me, and I'm tired of it. I just want to play fucking games and have fun, man. That's it. So I'm pissed, and rightly so. And by the way, once I get this off my chest on this pre-stream, no, we're not going to be talking about it every day. No, I'm just going to say whatever. If I ever get updates or whatever, I'll let you guys know.
Whatever,
But that's that. I'm not going to let this affect my streams or whatever. Once we get to gameplay, I'm just going to be chilling and doing the usual thing. I hope you guys know that. I'm not going to, I'm not going to let this ruin stuff for us. Let's just have fun. All right, that's the point. But I'm frustrated. Yeah, of course I told Kat. How much did you tell Kat? I told her the moment it happened. I got the emails. I said, I got to go upstairs, and now I got to send PayPal a bunch of information about this shit because this just happened. It sucks because we were relaxing downstairs having a good night, and now I got to spend time away from my family, ruin the good time doing this fucked up shit.
He can literally do this in the fucking TV room. He has a fucking laptop. He could even do it on the phone.
Oh my god. All right. So anyway, guys, that's the deal, and I'm sorry. It bothered me a lot last night, and you guys know that I like to be transparent. I knew it was going to be bothering me today. If I didn't say anything about it on stream, it would just be in the back of my mind nagging at me all fucking day.
Remember, he also told us multiple times that he keeps a straight face. He doesn't want to burden us with stressful stuff. There was a period of time where he kept saying, "Guys, something really serious happened. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. All this stuff." But now he wants to talk about it. Man, it's almost like he only wants to talk about money stuff.
I definitely wanted to talk about it.
Definitely want to talk about it. Now we know.
All right. Thanks for listening. And I'll keep you guys in the loop about this, $800+ that's basically in limbo, and I have no idea what's going to happen and if it's going to screw me over or not. All right. But in the meantime, please don't think that this is anything that you can do. just have fun with the
All you
stream.
can do is
Enjoy
shut
it.
up and have
Keep being
fun.
supported the way you guys have
Okay?
been. I certainly cannot
Fucking
ask
idiots.
anything more from any of you guys, and I want you to understand that I'm not. I'm not asking for a single thing from any of my viewers in regards to this situation at all. This is a situation that has nothing to do with you and really nothing to do with me. This is a crime being done behind the scenes. Let's just keep the positivity
It's
going
only
with the
behind the
stuff we're
scenes when
already
you
doing.
talked about it,
That's the
DSP.
most I can ask for you guys, you know, and go from there. And I'll keep everyone in the loop when I personally get updates about the whole situation and everything. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Let's get the shout outs.
Alright, shoutouts. Alright, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video. I'm surprised it's 1 hour and 35 minutes or so minutes long. Pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys had fun. I have been wanting to do a video on drawing applications for a while, so that might be coming out. The Indivisible New Game Plus archive is coming. I just have to edit it. That's all I have to do. I have to edit it. I have to cut out the little break, finish the thumbnail I have of it, and it'll be all good to go. But till then, have fun. I'll see you when I see you. Tuesday gameplay stream will be Persona 3. I will be continuing that. I do need to do that and then start Persona 4 once I beat 3, however long that takes. But thank you guys for watching this video. It was a fun time. Hopefully there's no technical difficulties in this recording. Again, sorry I had to pick up the phone. I was expecting a call to talk and all that shit. So, you know, I didn't want to edit this video. Sorry about that. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever one comes first. And I hope to see you guys when I see you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you guys have a very good week. See ya.